We are vastly superior to humans. You know it to be true, so do not resist us. Coming to you live by a tape-delayed basis by means of digital distribution. This is Extreme Hardcore Nerds. Here are your hosts.
Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather. Or I don't know, that thing, that magic. You see it in the movies. I wanted to retire from what I was doing, from that line of work. Be a good guy for once, a family man. So, I bought a big house, came here, put my feet up, and thought I'd be a dad like all the other dads. My kids would be like the kids on TV. We'd play ball and sit in the sun, but, well, you know how it is.
And there you have it, the trailer, the premiere trailer for the brand new offering from Rockstar Studios, and no surprise to any of us, Grand Theft Auto 5. It is going to happen. It is coming. But now the only question is, where is it going to take place? Because I've heard some reports say it's San Andreas.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, right. I've heard some reports say we're going back to San Andreas, and then I've heard some reports saying we're going to a new city, Los Santos, aka Los Angeles.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're not entirely sure.
Why is it always in California area?
Vice City wasn't. That was in Malibu and Miami.
Okay, why is it always
Liberty
in the
City
nice
is New
looking,
York.
Why can't it be like in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota?
Because we don't have anything here that offers a good setting?
Yeah, we do. Mall America.
Okay,
wow,
I didn't know
we have
were
a shopping
going to make
center.
Dead Rising 3.
Oh, yeah. That should... Oh, okay, yeah, I guess we're making Dead Rising 3.
So, I'm not quite sure where we're going yet. A couple things you might pick out for the trailer, at least that I found pretty interesting, is I love that now the cars, you can actually control the roofs with the convertibles. I thought that was pretty sweet. You'll definitely be able to fly again in this one. There's a lot of speculation that the voice that you're hearing during the trailer setting up the intro is Ray Liotta reprising his role as Tommy Vercetti.
Not a fan of the games.
Yeah,
Okay.
me either.
So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm the only one that got that one. Tommy Vercetti, for those of us that have played the GTA games, is of course our protagonist from GTA Vice City, which in my opinion so far has been the best GTA I've played, without a doubt. The music, the lights, the drama, back in the 80s, it was awesome. I enjoyed it.
Wow, 2002?
Uh-huh.
That makes me feel old.
That was 9 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah, I do
Graduating
feel
high
old.
school.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I was going to say, it makes you feel old. Imagine how that makes me feel. Oh. But then
Ancient.
also... Oh. Okay.
Anyways,
And then one other thing that I just wanted to bring up quick, since as long as we played the trailer, is there are certain people or certain analysts out there thinking that Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be the first game that's going to be download only. So the first AAA title that's only download. Is that a good thing, bad thing, don't care kind of a thing?
I think it's a bad idea.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep, yes, or yep, no.
Yep, it will be a bad idea.
Okay.
It's not like I think it will. It will be. Just because the space, I'm thinking. Space, and, like, I'd rather have a hard copy kind of deal. I like to show off my collection when people come, so I'd rather, like, hard copy games and all that than just regular downloads.
True, but they could also do it where they sell the case and it's just got a download code in it. That's also an option.
That's true. They did that for Patapon.
Yeah. Which Target story, I had a problem with that where like people bought it and they were like, well, we thought there was a game because we don't have Wi-Fi to get on this, so can we return it? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, because it says right on the top, download voucher only.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
and
kind
that's
of goes
the
back
other
to that
key
whole
thing too,
concept
is
of
maybe you don't
reading
have
again.
internet.
So, early next year, supposedly, or sometime next year, we'll get our hands back on Grand Theft Auto. So, looking forward to that. But with all that having been said, as those of you watching us on YouTube may see, I'm flying solo today. Well, at least here in studio. I guess the whole time change and everyone getting an extra hour of sleep fucked everything up for people, and I was the only one able to make it in today. So, yeah, you get to stare at me all day, and you're welcome. I am, of course,
Make
your
sure you
host,
cover your eyes.
your all-knowing, exalted one himself, your king of kings, Big Daddy Cool, Andy Kruger. And along with us, over those ports and pipes that's known as the internet.
Oh, the glory of the goats, the goodbye to your backseat, giving the public a formal apology for what they have to see, Gunner Sipper.
And also with us,
That was my line, Gunner. The apology of seeing Andy. I don't really want to know what he's doing, though. Garrett 4.
oh, trust me, you wish that webcam was working right now.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
about that. I'd rather see Gunner than you.
Oh, would you?
Don't be hating on
well,
this sexy
Gunnar, what are
body
you doing
just
right now?
because
Are you playing
I
video games
preferred
again?
Battlefield over Modern Warfare. Don't be hating like that.
Oh, I'll do Skype next week because all I know is I'm going to say great stuff about Modern Warfare. And then all I will hear would be,
And all you hear is that because all I'll have to do is turn down the volume and we won't have to listen to Garrett anymore. So now I'm going to turn this back up and I bet you all I'm going to hear is a fuck you, Andy.
I think it would be funny if there was just like, oh, oops, looks like we lost connection from Garrett. I guess we'll just have to keep going.
Our internet seemed to have mysteriously gone down at the moment. So, ironically, during his review. So I guess, well, with that, we'll call it a cast.
you would too.
Oh, so with that, speaking of reviews, we do have a big review today. Of course, that being of Naughty Dog's latest offering in the
that
tales
crappy game?
of Nathan Drake
That
and
other crappy
Uncharted
game?
3. We have
That other
lots of news to cover this week. We do have a little bit of movie news to cover and actually a pretty decent helping of comic news. So stay with us and we will be right back.
Incoming transmission. Incoming transmission.
And we are back, and it is that time where we cover all the news from the gaming industry. And kicking us off this week, we actually got some words from Capcom that they learned their lesson from this other game that they just put out called Resident Evil Mercenaries. And that Resident Evil Revelations will allow you to wipe old game saves.
Yay!
What a novel idea. And it will cost $50, and that's because the game is going to be 4 gigs big on that game cartridge. So that's a lot of Resident Evil.
Especially on a 3DS.
Yeah, no kidding. So I definitely think you're probably going to get your money's worth there. Also with that, we found out that Resident Evil, the Chronicle games will be releasing for the PS3, which is Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles, and Resident Evil, The Darkside Chronicles, aka those poor, sad Resident Evil titles that got to sit on the Wii for so long and not have anybody enjoy them because nobody wanted to play them because they were on the Wii. Now finally get to find second life over on a console that will accept them for what they can be, the PlayStation 3.
And Resident Evil Raccoon City got another trailer and a release date.
Yep. Resident Evil Raccoon City, or Operation Raccoon City, will come out March 20th. And we have a new character joining the fight. Nemesis. I'm the only one excited for Nemesis.
And at least this trailer has actually looked a little bit better. It wasn't the ugly, horrible ninja hair crap.
That wasn't Raccoon City. That was
I know that was Mercenaries.
Yeah.
But I know, I'm just saying of all the bad trailers that they've been giving out on lately of Resident Evil, at least they actually give out a decent one.
True.
I have a question.
Yes.
So this is about the new Resident Evil movie, right?
No.
What this is you go into Raccoon City after the virus has taken over the city. So basically, you're playing Resident Evil 2 again, 2 and 3, but from the perspective of an
Umbrella Corporation.
Yep, an Umbrella operative or Umbrella security force team sent in to contain the situation, and your biggest priority is to kill Leon Kennedy.
And Claire Redfield and all that.
Yep. So it's going to bleed between 2 and 3.
To talk about it, basically. So you're there to destroy all the evidence.
Yep.
Basically.
Spoilers, they don't succeed.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, what's going to happen, because if you already knew that they don't succeed because of Resident Evil 4, because that's Leon.
Well, at the end of spoiler alert for those who haven't played Resident Evil 3, it only came out, 12, 15 years ago. The ending of Resident Evil 3, they nuke Raccoon City.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Man, come on, man.
You're escaping out of Raccoon City right when the bomb drops.
Yeah, well, they could always revamp and redo everything. Make a fake Raccoon City and spread the virus again.
Well, that's what they did. That's why you get Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5. Because now the black market has its hands on Umbrella's T-Virus and all the stuff that they put together
whatever.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the movie and the CGI movie to come out.
Okay.
Which no information on any of those. So.
Not yet. But,
so, what's Asura's Wrath?
Asura's Wrath is Capcom's RPG that's coming out next year, February 21st, for those who might have been wondering. It's basically from what I've been able to take from it, it's an RPG version of God of War 3.
Interesting. You have my attention.
So, but there's another game that's coming out either right on its heels or the same day that I know I'm going to be playing over Asura's Wrath, and that's Kingdoms of Amalur.
What about Mass Effect 3? Isn't that coming out in March something?
March
so right
6th.
after that too?
Yeah, this is February 21st there, bud.
Yep.
Yeah, but then you said right after that heals. So isn't like in a couple weeks right after the heals Mass Effect 3?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, why
I
not?
was just stating what you were saying. You said right off the heels or whatever.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, the Asura's Wrath and Kings of Amalur, if I remember correctly, are supposed to come out on the same day.
Oh, okay.
So, let's see. Also, as long as we're talking Mass Effect 3, another game that's kind of getting into that whole take your game saves from one game and turn around and put it towards the next one. Final Fantasy 13-2 announced that if you've played Final Fantasy 13, you can take your save data and it will tailor the events of 13-2 to what you've already played.
Because so many people finished Final Fantasy 13.
I'm on the last boss on Final Fantasy 13 right now.
And how long have you been playing this game?
I stopped playing it about 2 months ago.
No, how many hours have you put into the game?
Oh, only 25.
Okay.
I just
Are you a
literally
wizard?
I've been going off and on the game. That's why, because I've been playing Gears and all that.
Okay.
Better games than Final Fantasy 13.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Also, we found out that I know I was a big fan of this game, and it's unfortunate that we're not going to be getting a sequel. But Heavy Rain, the director's cut's been announced for early next year, and you'll get the complete game, the Heavy Rain DLC, the Taxidermist, which was okay. The original game score. You will get a new for our menu interface, built-in move support. That's big because Heavy Rain with move is actually pretty fun. 8 making of bonus videos, and then you also get 15 additional new concept arts and 2 brand new trailers for a game that's been out for 2 years now. So basically, it's the game of the year edition.
Jason!
Yeah.
Jason!
More excuses to yell Jason. So basically, it's the game of the year edition for Heavy Rain.
I'm sorry, I beat that game, but for some odd reason, I just do not want to go back and play that game.
Well,
That game was great. That game's everything was great on it. Just I don't want to go back and play that.
It's not a game I would play every day. Or, I mean, I would go back and I would just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing so I can get all the different endings. It's one of those, okay, I played it, go play something else. And it's one I like sitting there and I look at my game collection and it's like, ooh, Heavy Rain, I haven't played that in a while. Yeah, I'm in the mood for a mystery. Pop it in and see
But
where...
the thing is, isn't Jason going to be at the exact same spot every single time? At the end of the game?
Yes, but where the ending changes is, what character has lived so far, what character has died, your choices to that point, how you handled certain of the puzzles that you put Sean through.
Mm-hmm. Sean, you mean
the dad.
Yeah, he's not Sean.
Or Ethan, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
But all that, the little tweaks here and there is what affects the ending, and you can have up to 7 different endings.
I thought it was 17 different endings.
No, only 7.
Oh.
So, and the first time through, I played through as everyone survived at the end of the game. So, and I've gone through now a couple more times, and I'm like, okay, I killed this character off, or I made sure, like, okay, this part I might have shot this guy, or I didn't pass this test specifically because I wanted to see, how the game would play out otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just those little tweaks here and there is what makes it fun. It makes you want to go back. And like I said, just with the move controls and stuff too, I enjoy it. But and as long as we're talking Game of the Year editions, we're getting a Ultimate Edition of Fallout New Vegas, and
Woo!
that will be out February 7th, 2012. And that
My
will
birthday.
Well, sweet. Now I know what I can get you for your birthday. And it will have all 4 DLC packs, and it will also expand on the Wasteland as it already is by adding new areas like the Sierra Casino, Zion National Park, and the Big Mountain Resort crater. And it also adds a little bit more exploration and a little bit more to the faction known as the Divide, and it raises your level cap up to 50. So you're getting a lot of content there for a Game of the Year.
Will GameStop feature something where if you trade in your copy of New Vegas and put it down for your to reserve this, will they give you like a little extra? Did they do that with Fallout 3?
They did not do that with Fallout 3. I have not heard of anything so far from GameStop saying that they would do that.
Okay, because this is definitely one that I'll most likely be picking up just because I love Fallout, but I'm probably going to have to get rid of my copy, and I want to get it for as much money as possible. So.
Oh yeah. No. I hear you there. I'm still sitting on my copy of New Vegas, and I hadn't bought the DLC yet. Well, A, because I can't get on 360 right now, and B, that I was waiting, like, okay, all 4 of them will come out. I'll download them all at once, so I'm not sitting here going, okay, I want to keep playing this, I want to keep playing that. And now this is announced, and I'm like, oh, I can wait a little bit longer. So
yeah,
it'll be just like going and playing a brand new game again if I go pick this up.
That will be basically what it is for me, because I didn't even finish Fallout New Vegas because I got to when you actually have to make the decision about who you're going to side with. And I was like, okay, I'm going to save here, and then I'll come back and then play through each one, and just never ended up doing that. So this is definitely going to be something I'll pick up.
Yep. Played through as the California Republic.
Nice.
So
heck, I'm still working on Fallout 3.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to go for 100% plus DLCs, so I've got a lot of hours sunk into that game right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first 2 DLCs, well, the pit was okay because you get access to the ammunition dump afterwards.
Yeah.
But Operation Anchorage really wasn't worth it.
I didn't mind it. It wasn't amazing, but I don't see why it was rated so bad. I mean, at least it wasn't like Dead Money.
Yeah.
That was the first one to come out for New Vegas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that one was just horrifically bad.
Well, of course, one thing that goes against this Fallout title is good old Obsidian Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I can sit here confidently and use the same 2 words that I used at GameStop last Tuesday night and almost started a riot. Fuck Skyrim.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was pretty funny. Basically, it just started as one guy was talking because he was picking up Uncharted, and he goes, oh, well, this might keep me occupied enough until Skyrim comes out. And I was about to put my hand on the door to go out, walk out the building. I just turned around, fuck Skyrim. And I had every head in the building turn and look at me. And this guy just got super pissed. And a couple buddies that were with him, too, were just like, whoa, that guy just said that? and he turns and is like, what did you just say? I'm like, oh, you heard me clear as day. Fuck Skyrim. And that's when the GameStop guys started laughing because they've all heard my story on it. This guy didn't know what the hell to say to me after that. And I just nodded my head, took my bow, and I walked out the door. But he looked like for a couple seconds there like he literally wanted to come and start kicking my ass. How dare you say that? Defile the name of the Elder Scrolls.
Oh, hey, guess what, Andy? Skyrim comes out in 5 days.
Yeah, I know. I want to have a table set up in front of a GameStop doing a live podcast.
Dude, I'm going to have 2 reviews next week, Skyrim and Modern Warfare. Oh, yay!
Do not do your... Do not do your...
Yeah.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Listen! Do not do your Skyrim review next week because you only have it for 2 days. That's not enough time to do a review.
That's quite true.
Yeah. So we only have 1 review next week, and that's Modern Warfare 3. But the week after that, we'll have like 5. So yeah.
More importantly, Andy, how big was this guy you said it to?
And his friends.
Well, one of his friends was a little taller than me, about my width. He was, I would say, maybe 5'11". I'd put him at right around 200 pounds. I mean, he wasn't a small guy, but at the same time, it wasn't like I was calling out the Big Show or anything either.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
would they
because
be
if
easy to kick your butt or what?
No, he didn't say he was going to kick my butt, but when
But if you guys got in a fight, who'd win? Be realistic.
Me.
Okay, I doubt that's realistic, but okay.
it also depends. Is there a ring surrounding them?
Oh, it doesn't have to be a ring surrounding me. I can still throw suplexes just as easy with whether concrete's underneath me or not.
Okay, whatever. Let's get on to the more podcast.
You guys started me down this road. I'm just saying.
I didn't. You're the one who wanted to tell your story about GameStop and your fun little Skyrim.
I felt like
Anyway.
it was kind of big news.
Not really, because he said that on his status on Facebook when that happened.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm proud of it. I admit it. Anyway, also this week, as long as we're talking Crap Warfare 3, those of you
Modern Warfare 3?
Those of you that are actually dumb enough to go pick up this game next Tuesday, if you're going to Walmart, you can actually participate at in-store multiplayer tournaments that will be going on at 1,700 Walmart locations across the country.
Oh, and that No Russian trailer looked freaking hilarious.
Okay.
The trailer that Steph posted on Facebook, I laughed. I'm a really evil person to laugh at that.
At least you can admit it.
I laughed.
Wow. Enlightening commentary by the one and only Butthorn. Uh-huh. Moving on. We also found...
Oh, by the way, it's not going to be crap because it's going to beat Battlefield 3, so you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's see. Also this week we found out that
Gears of War?
Yep.
Oh, Gears of War first DLC came out. Got that already too.
But it was delayed.
No, I got the DLC on my 360 right now. I get to play, and I have 4 maps. I seriously downloaded it, or then I downloaded a different DLC for Gears of War 3.
So, well, it was only temporarily delayed, so it is possible that it could be out already.
Okay.
So, anyway, a Horde Command DLC, is that what you downloaded?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a mute story because it's already out, but it was delayed, so sorry we didn't get to you in time, but we're a weekly show. We're not an everyday show. It happens. Shit happens in between when we go off the air and when we come back. I can't control it all. Let's see. Also, we found out that Silicon Knights had to lay off 75% of its staff because of a canceled new IP.
Yeah, that's shitty. Just
But-
for the job loss.
Yeah, but then again, when you look at the last offering that Silicon Knights brought us, X-Men Destiny,
Was it that bad?
yeah, it was.
Oh, I actually kind of wanted to try it.
I think G4, if I'm being generous here, they gave it a 2. I know they gave Edge of Time, the new Spider-Man one, only a 2.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at their track record right now. They also had 2 human, so now I don't feel bad.
So, yeah, I mean, the last decent Silicon Knights game that came out was
Eternal Darkness.
Eternal Darkness on the GameCube.
Yeah, I mean, how was the Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes?
That was good, but that wasn't an original thing by them. They just remade
Yeah.
the game and put it in
Yeah.
better graphics. Otherwise, it was the same game that I played on PlayStation.
Okay.
Speaking of PlayStations and classic games, we've got 3 new Silent Hill titles coming out later next year. No release dates on them yet, but we have the HD collection. We have Book of Memories, and that will be on the PlayStation Vita. And of course, the new title, which will be Downpour. Coming
Also on the Xbox.
PS3 and 360, yep. So getting ready to get our scare on next year. I don't know. I don't know if I can get back into the Silent Hill games. They never really drew me in.
They were good, but then they just sucked.
I mean, back in that
I think
time,
after The Room, it just started to suck.
okay. I mean, back in that time, I was either playing Resident Evil or one game I really wish they would bring back is Parasite Eve.
I
What I
like
was gonna
Clock
say is,
Tower.
Fatal Frame, even.
Fatal Frame was really good. But Fatal Frame 4 kind of blew. But Fatal Frame 1 and 2 is actually pretty good. Fatal Frame 3 and 4 kind of blew, though.
Okay.
But I wish they'd bring out Clock Tower. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against Clock Tower.
Okay, let's see. Well, I know everyone's favorite game here at the Extreme Hardcore Nerds podcast, and we'll find that out, especially when we do our Game of the Year edition. Dead Island developers, Techland.
It was a great game. If you weren't Andy.
trademarked the name Dead World earlier this week.
They're
God,
pulling a Batman.
They're making another one. Why?
Well,
So-
maybe they're just trying to get on your good side, Andy.
Well, I love it. The guy that I sold my copy of Dead Island to, I asked him just yesterday, I go, so, how's Dead Island treating you? I'm probably going to sell it. Like, okay. Yeah, I can't play that game by myself. Scares the crap out of me. And all the guys
Oh,
I have
God.
played it with, they're not playing anymore, so I'm going to sell it. Like, okay.
It's
like,
too
what-
scary.
That's what he said is, well, the first time he was playing it, I guess he got in a spot where, like, a zombie just, like, came out of nowhere and grabbed him, and it did the close-up cutscene, and it, like, just freaked him out, and he hasn't been able to play it single-player since. So,
What a sissy.
I'm not going to judge him. I'm just saying, you know. Let's see. A little bit of controversy in the gaming world this week, so that's like an everyday thing for us to cover on this podcast. We'll start off with Ubisoft and saying that the reactions and the reviewers to their new rock game, Rocksmith, is because a lot of people are not liking it because of, quote, not liking innovation.
Innovation. Taking a game that's been out for how many years and changing one little thing to it.
Making it so you actually have to play a real guitar rather than making it a social game like Harmonix did with Rock Band.
Rock Band even lets you play the real guitar if you want.
Yeah, and real piano.
Innovation, my ass.
Yeah, well, you also do gotta understand that with Ubisoft's E3 panel kind of really sucked with those girls and the guy trying too hard and say, "Oh yeah, we got all this good innovation," which it looked like shit. So yeah.
You mean Mr.
Music
Caffeine?
gaming.
What?
You mean Mr. Caffeine?
Yeah.
And it's woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those two girls, I could not understand what the crap they're saying too.
Or those are the stupid girls that it came out with the
Saying that
the
driver
Trackmaster,
stuff.
yeah.
And this is new innovation on driver. It's like, yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
the Little Big Planet ripoff. Yeah, I remember that game now. Haven't seen or heard anything from it since E3, but
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ubisoft. I like your Assassin's Creed, but yeah, no.
yeah, it's pretty obvious to find out what Ubisoft's financial plan is. But let's
Ghost
see.
Recon and Assassin's Creed, got it.
And then also a game that was near and dear to my heart, anyone who's listened to this show before, now finally starting to stand up for itself and say, you know what, you gave me an unfair shake. And that is Duke Nukem Forever. According to Brian Mattel, one of the heads over at Gearbox, he believes that Duke Nukem Forever wasn't reviewed fairly because of, let's see, it's pretty obvious that people were using it in some way to get on their soapbox or whatever, and that they claim that it was meant to be what it was, and that's an old school style of game in today's technology. It wasn't meant to be a new shooter. It wasn't meant to be anything else except for that old school style Duke Nukem play. You know, same thing that it did with Rage. It's a traditional id game, but because we've all been, what's the word I'm looking for? Pussy whipped to the new way of shooters, that a lot of people aren't liking them because it takes too much from that old school mentality.
Can I say something about that?
And if anybody who remembers my review, I did not review it as I was comparing it to the other games of the genre.
Reviewed it also,
I was comparing it to
Nukem
what
before.
it was and what it was trying to do. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
say something about that? I reviewed, and I've never played like a Duke Nukem game before either, but like I know it got pretty bad reviews, but the thing is though, like I can maybe understand where people are going with those bad reviews, but I can understand like why don't you do something special for the game, because it did go through four different companies, and it did take 12 years to make. The thing is, it was supposed to be on the N64 or something like that.
Yeah.
But so it basically has like the N64 graphics, but they pushed it up a little bit more. Okay, so why don't you be something special in the game? And it's like, okay, this is what the game was supposed to be like a long time ago, and this is what the game turned out. They're not going to revamp everything and say, okay, it's going to be delayed another couple more years because we got to revamp everything that all these other people did with the game.
But that's
so
just it, though.
I
If you're
understand
gonna,
where the reviewers are coming from, and I can also understand where the guy is also coming from on this soapbox.
but that's just it. With a game like this that's been in development for so long, you eventually just get to the point where it's like, okay, we have to put it out. Otherwise, we're just completely scrapping it and starting from scratch again. So
And
now
that's
that it's
why right
out,
away after Forever came out, they did announce, Gearbox did announce that, yeah, they are working with another new Duke Nukem IP So forget about Duke Nukem Forever for right now. Pay attention for this new IP of Duke Nukem. See how good you guys can do now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what it is. But right now, the guy's living in the past still.
Yeah, especially since they said we're putting it out for the fans.
Yeah. They're not.
Why should you care about what reviews are? I mean, you just said we're putting it out to put it out because people wanted it. You know, they did what they accomplished. The people that wanted it, they got it. They're satisfied. Now focus on your new game and kick ass with it.
Pretty much. So I know I liked it. I'm still playing it.
It was something new. I've never played a Duke Nukem game before, and I thought it was interesting.
Might be something I pick up eventually. I know I showed my roommate and he just thought it was funny and would probably play it.
Oh yeah. I would say just rent it. Just play it. I mean, experience it. Especially if you've never played a Duke game before, you're in for a treat. At least I think so. I mean, but that's me. Anyway, moving on. GameStop has its own Android tablet now, and it is offering it in 200 stores as a test run for a launch or for a big launch later next year.
How much? Do you know?
Did not give a price point on it.
Really?
I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere between. I'm guessing it's probably going to be somewhere between $200 and $300. Just depending on how much memory it gives you. Obviously, for the Wi-Fi, you're going to have access to GameStop's online little mini arcade. I can't remember the name of it right now for the life of me.
I have the. Oh, sorry.
No, I just remember the logo as a giant ant head coming out of the ground.
Congregant?
Yes, that's what it is. So, I mean, like I said, depending on how much memory and stuff they stick into it and how fast of a processor, I'm going to say about $300 for it. That's what most Android tablets are running for right now.
Yeah, this article I'm reading right now, they're like, the Acer is $329, the Samsung Galaxy is $500, and the Asus is $400. I don't remember how much iPads are going for right now. It's around that price.
500 and up.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say they need to, if they would have set it at 300, maybe 250, 200, I think you could sell a lot of those fast.
Oh yeah, because I mean the Amazon Kindle is going to be 200.
Yeah.
When that comes out at the end of the year. So I mean that's what I'm basing the comparison on.
The bad thing. Oh, go ahead, Garrett.
No, good.
The thing I don't like is that how involved is GameStop going to be in this? Like, I mean, is certain parts of what I want to do with my tablet going to be limited because GameStop doesn't like it? That's the only thing I'd be afraid of.
It's going to be running the full Android Honeycomb operating system.
Okay.
So I mean, your limitations are only what Honeycomb allows you to offer. The only difference is that GameStop's putting their name on it rather than like Sony or Motorola or Samsung or whoever, and that they're going to give you like a special offer or a special to congregate because it's the GameStop tablet.
Okay.
So
I just don't want to, get something on my Android and find out my download code has been taken out of it.
No, I understand. Let's
Can I
see.
say something about Ubisoft quickly?
Okay.
That when I was talking about the Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Patriots,
Yep.
it was actually a target gameplay. So is that called alpha? Is it an alpha stage when that's called it like that, or what?
No, I'm guessing that's just probably like a game mode that they're going to have in the game.
No, it actually looked like the campaign itself.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I have one more thing. New Alan Wake stuff is confirmed for Xbox Live.
Somebody else just want to host now?
No, I just
So let's see. Well, you just covered two stories in the span of about a minute there. One being that Rainbow Six Patriots is announced for 2013, and then you just completely glossed over everything else and shot straight to that new Alan Wake coming for Xbox Live.
yeah.
With
But-
so
oh,
much
but-
enthusiasm.
I know, right? but at the same time, new Alan Wake stuff and a new BioWare title is supposed to be announced at the VGAs this year.
I didn't think Alan Wake was that great.
I enjoyed it. It's one that after I got through playing it, I felt like I got my money's worth out of it. But it wasn't like one I'm like, okay, this is staying on my collection as this is a feature title I have to have in my library. So, but
Make sure you have room for Skyrim.
Oh yeah, I'll get right on that one.
Skyrim.
Let's see. Also, we found out that so since I covered the Nintendo losses, I'm gonna have to also cover the Sony losses, but not so bad. Sony this week lost billions in yen. That very specific. Have to point that out. It was 34.6 billion yen, which equivalates to $449 million in the U.S. So, and the main...
Is this?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, is this because of the hack?
It was partially because of the hack.
The hack finally caught up with Japan, huh?
No, it's I mean the division of Sony that lost this is the consumer products and services division, which they take care of like the TV, or they take care of TVs, they take care of the PS3, they take care of, and so like 3D TV sales are down. I mean, just TV sales in general are kind of down. And now that they're selling the PS3 for $250, they're losing money on every PS3 they sell, and they're trying to recapture that with games, but there's not a whole lot of games out there. There's not a whole lot of Sony exclusive games this holiday or that have come out that are really pushing, driving that sale of recapturing that money.
It's kind of just that end of the game cycle phase where.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
I mean, 2013, 2014, I'm sure we'll get our PS4s and our Xbox 720s.
And easily make back that $449.
And
Yeah,
then Nintendo
if you don't make it $600 out of the gate,
Wii U.
like they did with the PS3,
The PS3.
I bet you that you're going to have a lot warmer reception to it. But... oh, let's see. Also, last but certainly not least, as far as gaming news goes this week, as long as we're talking PlayStation and as long as we're talking Sony, if you subscribe right now or for the next couple weeks to a 1-year subscription to PlayStation Plus, you get a free copy of Jurassic Park, the video game, when it comes out in a couple weeks.
So, like you who has PlayStation Plus already, if you just buy another year, do you get it?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I know what you're buying.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point
Is
where I
that
have to
even gonna
renew
be
my
a good
subscription
game?
anyway. So it's like, yeah, if I'm getting free dinosaurs out of this, hell yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So, and I hope that actually does entice some people that got to try PlayStation Plus earlier this year when after the apocalypse. And actually saw what it had to offer. I'm really hoping that some people will jump on board on this. And I mean, it's not just the free game, every 2 weeks. It's not just, all the more content you get all early access to a lot of stuff. The $50 more than pays for itself.
Oh man, could you have imagined if the PS3 went down right when your Xbox got hacked?
I'd be
You know
hanging
what?
from a ceiling
You know what?
somewhere.
Don't have Andy think about that because he will like shoot somebody.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be swinging from a ceiling by my necktie somewhere. But that does bring gaming news to a close for this week. We do have a little bit of movie news to cover, a little bit of comic news to cover, and of course, the thing that you're all waiting for, our thoughts on Uncharted 3: Drake's Deception. So stay with us as we will be right back.